Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Mattar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Mattar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Mattar. 844-444-4444. So what do you think we should open the show with?
I don't know. Should we just address the 15,000-ton elephant in the room right off the rip?
Tough. Horrible. Just the worst overtime loss in Buffalo last year. I thought the Sabres were going to steal that one.
The bit never gets old. Year after year, never gets old. Oh, man. I know. Matt Zuccarello, man.
Just ticky, like
ended
officiating, deciding the game once again.
Unbelievable.
So
like at the last second.
I can't say they called a great game, but like they were letting them play till the end, and then right at the very end, a ticky-tack penalty decides how the game ends.
It was dumbass refs. They called 7 penalties in the first 2 periods. Didn't call one the whole third until 13 seconds left, just to screw the Sabres over.
Unbelievable. By the way, also the Bills did lose.
They did lose too, yeah. I heard that was going on.
Yeah, it wasn't really on my agenda.
Man.
JP, yeah, I'll let you go here. You were pretty fired up about this before we started recording. So, what's your take on this?
I don't know what the fuck Buffalo fan base has done for the sports world just to screw us in every possible way. It's so depressing, and it's makes it tough to be a fan of your team sometimes when you just get screwed over. It's ridiculous. The NFL is a shit product. It's awful. The refs are constantly dictating games. They constantly ruin games. It's so bad. Like NFL, it's not a good product. It's the second worst in sports. NBA is still worse. Sorry if you're an NBA fan, but the NFL, it's just awful. It's pitiful. I can't believe the refs put their whistles away and just let them play so much, and then they call 2
game all day.
Bullshit penalties. Like, it's ridiculous. Bo Nix threw 3 balls up in that last drive to just get a penalty, and he got it. He got exactly what he wanted.
Well,
like,
he
didn't
rush the
do
ball.
shit that last drive.
He
did
shattered
nothing.
his ankle.
Yeah, which is awful. I feel awful for him, and I feel awful for the Denver fan base, genuinely. But, like, it's just unbelievable. The Buffalo Bills did not deserve to win that game. Josh Allen did not play good. They had 5 turnovers. But the way that it ended it's ridiculous. It's a joke. It's just ref ball. It's unbelievable. And the Brandon Cooks catch, like, I just can't believe it. It every single year, it's something with this goddamn team. And every year, it's not always the ref. Sometimes the team actually just screws the fan base over. I mean, 13 seconds, that was all on us. But the reffing the last few years is just absolutely just ruining this sport. Last year, the first down they didn't call, clear as day. But no, it's not a first down, so the Chiefs go win, and they get their shit. And now 3
they put a
different
chip in the ball. They do virtual measurements.
Yeah, no. Don't get me started about this bullshit fucking virtual measurement thing.
There's no chip in the ball.
It's not real. There's no chip in the ball. It's all based on the goddamn
the spot
7-year-old referees that don't know shit. It's all based on their spot, and then they do a measurement. It's so dumb. It's a waste of time. I don't know why the NFL is promoting this thing as this new improvement upon the game, because it's not.
Yeah,
but
and then you can challenge it too.
Yeah,
immediately.
It's just ridiculous, man. The inconsistency with the refereeing is such a joke. It's not objective at all. It's not. It's completely subjective. It's when the refs want to call stuff. It's the same thing in the NHL. When you think about last night, or for the Sabres game, Lindy was saying in his press conference, like, yeah, we knew a penalty was coming. Like, I know that's a thing. It shouldn't, okay? If something's a penalty, call it. Don't just decide what you want to call, what you don't want to call to screw over other teams. I mean, Brandon Cooks got held on a play. It was a very similar play to both those pass interferences that were called. But nope, we're gonna hold our flags in, which I like that call. But no, you call 53 yards worth of penalties against the Bills, and they lose the game because of that. It's ridiculous. The pass interference penalty, it's such a bad way of doing it. Like college football, it's a 10-yard penalty. That's how it should be. Like these spot penalties, theoretically, a pass interference call can be 99 yards. I mean, what the hell are we doing? That's ridiculous. These QBs, all they have to do is throw a ball up, and either their wide receiver is going to make a play, or the referee is going to freaking call a penalty, and then they get 30 yards because they just threw it up. That's all Bo Nix did. That entire last drive, he did nothing good. Nothing good. He threw up 3 balls and was just looking for a pass interference. Not impressive at all. Like, the Bills deserve to lose that game, but the way it ended is ridiculous. And I'm sorry, the Broncos are not a good team. The fact we had 5 turnovers and we should have beat them is insane. They're not a good team. Like, and the fact that Bo Nix got hurt, it's awful. I mean that AFC Championship is just like a complete joke now. Like, that's what you get, NFL. You ruin the sport, and now you have a shit AFC Championship, and now Drake May and the Patriots are getting a fucking cakewalk to the Super Bowl. It's ridiculous, and he's played like dog shit these playoffs.
Yeah,
it's
he
just
has not played good.
The officiating in this goddamn sport is so bad. They're not held accountable. It's a joke. It's a bad product. I don't know why we're all fans of the NFL, because it's just an awful, awful, awful product. They don't know the rules. There's a similar catch tonight with Devontae Adams. There's similar, like last year during the playoffs. Xavier Worthy. Yeah, let's call that a catch, but we're not going to call ours. Think about, remember 5 years ago? Tyler Kroft, he had a catch, and the DB took it away, and they gave him the interception. Like, they don't know the rules. It's bullshit. This league is awful. It's an awful, awful product. It's so hard to be a fan of the Buffalo Bills because we just get screwed over every goddamn year. It's unbelievable.
Well, BST is not going to have to record a podcast now. JP,
that's all you need. That might be the longest rant he's gone on this show ever.
Yeah, it was very well done, though. Very well said. You want to hear my hot take on the whole game? I don't think Brandon Cooks caught that ball.
That is my one thing. Like, okay, this was how I saw the end of the game. I thought at the end of the day, I think that it's a 50-50 call there. Like, you got Tony Romo saying, "I've never seen that before." I guess
Richard Sherman said that.
Yeah, Sherman.
He said,
like
the thing is, everybody has said play. The tie always goes to the receiver. It didn't in this circumstance.
But like that's where the debate comes. It's like, Cooks? The whole thing isn't did they tie for the catch? I think the whole thing was that Cooks didn't catch it. That was the debate.
Right.
And I tend to think that's correct.
I always use the reference point of when the NFL changed what they believed they thought was a catch was with that Jesse James catch when the Steelers played the Patriots like 6-7 years ago back in the regular season. And it turned into It turned into something along the lines of, like, when he reached over the goal line, it was similar to what happened with Des Bryant, and he came down to the ground. He lost possession of the ball, and they ruled it no catch. So they changed what they thought they were talking about with the surviving the ground nonsense and all that. So when Cooks is coming down to the ground, I mean, that ball is still kind of up for grabs. And like tonight, which has happened maybe 15 minutes ago, I would rule it the exact same way. I thought the Bears should have had that ball. I don't think they should have ruled them down. I think they should have called it both ways, but it's two different refereeing crews. So you're right, JP. It's just all subjective. It's all subjective. I mean, it's all inconsistent.
The one touchdown last night to Marvin Mims. Did he survive the ground with the ball? No, it was moving when he hit the ground.
Didn't he take two steps though?
They don't.
He took
and aren't the end zone rules different?
I don't know.
It's not about surviving the ground animore. I don't think. If that ball moves, it doesn't matter as long as there's possession there.
I think my thing with the game was I didn't lose sleep over that call. It was the other two. I thought the Tre'Davious White one is a penalty in week 8 of the regular season, not in overtime of a divisional round game. And the Taron Johnson one is never a penalty. It's never a penalty.
Awful. So
especially not in that situation. That was how I saw it. Like I said, I did not lose sleep over the Cooks thing. I think it's 50-50 at best. And I don't think he caught the ball. I don't. Because my thing was close. The safety or the corner, whoever was on him, he didn't rip the ball away from him. Like they somersaulted and it ended up in his hands. That just tells me he didn't catch it. That's how I see it.
He didn't come to the ground with full control of the ball.
I don't disagree with you. Like at the moment, I really wasn't that upset. I'm a little more upset with it now, but I agree with what McDermott was saying. How is there no review process for this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do they just go on to the next play and not do anything? Like, just this game. There was, 10 minutes ago, they reviewed a play for Devontae Adams because they thought he was out of bounds. Like, it's incredible. You know, in other games, they'll review stuff right away, but if against the Buffalo Bills, like, nope, we're just going to move on with our day, and it's just inconsistency. It's so bad. It's so bad in that sport.
It's frustrating, and it's something. You're right. It's the inconsistency. It feels like it doesn't even have to just do with the Bills. I think it goes all the way back to when Sean Payton originally got like the PI rule changed for that one season because of the Roby Coleman hit.
Yeah.
In the NFC Championship game. It's
finally got that
call. Like a blown call. He did finally get that call, but it's just every single year. There's in any of the games, you always see it like once in the playoffs. There's just ref ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why does this have to happen every single year? Like, are you not working to improve your product? Is there anything else you could think theoretically about doing? Instant
replay is just the worst and best thing ever invented.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's really tough because at the end of the day, calls in the NHL and the NFL will always be subjective because they're not cut and dry. Like, think about baseball. Like, it's either a ball or it's a strike. They're either out or they're safe. It's very simple. That's why baseball should fully go robo-umps, because everything should just be objective. It's correct or it's not. Like, it's simple as that.
Way too woke. Yep. This guy's gone full woke. We don't need umps.
Yeah. No,
I think
we don't. Like, sorry, we don't. Like, make it objective because all the other sports are subjective and it's just ruining the product. Like in the NHL, it's so tough because obviously offsides replays have like ruined the game. Like it's tough because like I'm arguing for more objectivity, like that part, you know, objectively someone's offsides even if it's barely anything. But if more calls are going to be correct, if there's more replays in place, like fine. But it's too subjective. The refs are awful. There's not any good refs ever. It's brutal. I mean, genuinely, if you want to bring this back to the Sabres, that call was so weak. Like 13 seconds left in regulation. And you know that game's probably going to overtime. Whatever. You know that game's probably going to overtime, and you're just handing the other team a win.
I was at the game.
7 penalties,
I didn't even see it.
And like all of the penalties are pretty weak. Like, I think like the Kessering got punched. Like, yeah, that was a penalty. I think there was another high stick, but all the other ones were really weak. They're calling literally everything, and then they don't call anything in the entire third period until there's seconds left to play. Like, the refs are just so bad in these sports. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, it is annoying because you feel like in such a crucial moment in a game, it's like you kind of got to take into like account like time and place. It's like, is this the time and place I want to make this call? It's like if it's a 50-50 call. If it's
Right, but, like,
egregious, if it's egregious, call it.
Hockey
But
is different because it has to do with like the flow of the game, and like JP said, how it like what Lindy Ruff was saying, how you can feel a call coming. You could feel it on its way. Refs try to even it out.
I mean, we say that on the beer league bench sometimes. Like, oh yeah, like they're looking for a call.
Yeah,
they just call.
I mean,
a weak
that's
one
just
on
kind of
us.
natural. I don't
It is.
hate that. I don't really hate that in like I'm a pure. The game was born to be played at 5v5. It's not a power play sport. There's more power plays than ever these days. Power plays are more effective than ever. It's dumb. We should play the game at 5v5. The difference with hockey and football is that the closest thing to a fundamental aspect of hockey not being known is kicks and goalie interference. Football, it's catches.
It's
catches,
everything.
Catches
It's
they can't figure out.
Everything,
Like,
dude.
it's very. NHL gets a lot of flack for refereeing, and maybe this is just me because my team has not made the playoffs in 15 years, and obviously the refereeing gets put under a microscope when it's in the playoffs. But is it like I never feel like the refereeing's bad. I shouldn't say it's not bad, but I feel like its biggest issues have to do with like bullshit, like when Sam Bennett's concussing Stolars, and that has to do with like that. But it's not. I like a Stanley Cup. When's the last time a Stanley Cup's been changed on a referee, a penalty?
I think
something
the refs
like that.
Well, if we're going to circle back to Buffalo.
They are pretty good with holding their whistles. But I think the issue more with the NHL is the replay. Like, how can you
obviously
replay and look at some of these goaltender interferences and call that goaltender interference?
I mean, there will come a year when it's going to happen in the Cup final where an overtime will be overturned by an offside.
And I'll give you a 50% chance it would be against us.
But it won't be the refs, right? But like it won't
100%.
be like I guess like the linesman missed it, but like it won't be a bad call that the ref it won't be you going refs. What are you doing? It'll be NHL. Why is this in place?
Well, it also depends because so many calls in NHL are, what did they originally call on the ice? Okay, it's not conclusive, so we're going to go with this. So it's the same thing with the NFL for some stuff. Like, we didn't find conclusive that we can change the call, so we're going to do this.
Like sometimes in sports, I feel like when it comes to refs making a judgment call in the moment, it should just be the primitive. It is what it is. I think it's better for the game than having to something happens, stopping the whole game, challenging it, bringing it back, and having it overturned just to make it the right call. It's like if it was egregious enough to be called, it will be called. But there's a gray area in all sports, and I feel like we're really trying to push the boundary of making it as black and white as possible, like the MLB, and it's just going to ruin the game. It really is. We the amount of times we complain about the offsides challenges and the goaltender interference challenges because no one knows what the fuck is going on with goaltender interference. Nobody.
Yeah. I mean,
it's all subjective.
When
it's subjective, it gets gray and it's bad.
Hockey's issue is that it needs to eliminate challenges. Like, you just there should be no challenges other than, I mean, you shouldn't be able to challenge penalties. I hope they never implement that.
Oh,
that's
God,
a thing.
no.
That's a thing in college hockey.
Well, you can challenge delay of game penalties.
Which I think is fair because it's either it hit the stick or it didn't. Same thing with high sticks. Like, that's fine. But you shouldn't, like, if we ever get to the point where we're challenging trippings or hooks.
Well, yeah.
Like, we never want to get there.
No.
And, for years the league was fine because there was no offsides challenges. There was no goalie interference challenges. Sure, there was goalie. There were debates, but the NHL's worst problem is with challenges by coaching staffs and suspensions. Those are the biggest issues.
I also think it's sometimes I don't mind challenges overall, but the fact that sometimes it takes them so goddamn long to decide on what they want to do.
Just get rid of them.
That's
Me
what's
too.
really annoying is how
the Sabres,
long it is.
The Sabres could lose the Stanley Cup on like a Matt Duchene offsides type thing, and like we would get on the referees forever, but I wouldn't want them to like put a rule in place because it's such a one-time thing. You know, it's so ridiculous that the last 10 years of the NHL have been decided by 1 or 2 missed calls by referees. Like I just don't want it. Like if it were up to me, I would eliminate all challenges that the NHL has. The NFL, they just have bad refereeing. That's the
I
issue.
don't know. It's tough. It's tough because I think more objectivity is good, but challenges are annoying sometimes. I don't know. It's frustrating. I forgot to mention this in my rant. Broncos were the most penalized team in the entire league this year. They had 3 penalties this whole game.
Well,
Bullshit.
The refs put their whistles away for a long time.
They were I had zero issue with the refereeing until the last drive.
Until the last
The
drive.
last
Yeah.
2 plays.
Because they held their whistles in, which is great. But then they decide the game, and that's the part of being subjective. They hold their whistles in the whole game, and then they decide to take them out to end the game.
Exactly.
It's a joke.
It's terrible.
And
There's got to be more. And I will say there has been repercussions. There are referees. I heard this on WGR before the weekend. There were assistant referees that I can't remember what controversial call they were involved with, but they were fired like pretty quickly. Like these guys, it is pretty cutthroat. But the problem is, it's just more subjectivity gets brought in. It's never going to be perfect, and that's the problem with blaming the refs. It's like you're never gonna bat 1,000 on calls ever. My thing is, if you're gonna call a game one way, like if you want to call penalties, you don't want to call penalties, call it consistent throughout the entire game. Don't pull your whistle out on the last drive if you think it's a 50-50 penalty. Keep it in your pocket. Just don't just keep it consistent.
Bad QB play by just throwing 3 balls up and trying to see a pass interference. It's all I try to do. It's just unbelievable. And look, I do not envy refs. It's one of the hardest and most scrutinized jobs, I think, definitely in the sports world. Like, it's not an easy job. Like, we're criticizing them. It's so easy to play the hindsight and say, no, this was a bad call when they're making split-second decisions. But I don't know. It just has to be better. It's bad. It's been bad for decades. It's very, very, very frustrating. And at the end of the day, I got into not an argument, but a little discussion with a Broncos fan last night. He's in my one fantasy group chat, or one of my fantasy leagues. I don't know this guy personally, but he was just saying, like, you know, welcome to the NFL. Like, this shit happens. I was like, dude, like, this shit happens to Buffalo all the time. And he was,
it's like, we've been around, bro.
Yeah,
we've had it happen
so
like, many times.
Buffalo fans are always coming with the excuses, and I'm like, dude, like, we do not have a single championship in our lifetime. We are always up in arms because we get screwed so much by either the refs or our own team. Like, we have reasons to be upset all the time. Where if you're a Denver fan, you had a Super Bowl, a decade ago? Like, you have other teams that the Denver Nuggets just won stuff. Like,
Colorado
the
Avalanche are
Avalanche
doing
won
pretty good.
4 years
exactly.
ago.
Like, the Buffalo fan base is probably the most, like, abused
Starved.
in all of sports. It's I don't know, like, people say this all the time. I don't know how our parents did it with the 4 Super Bowl
No
losses.
social media. That's what it was.
I was
Zero
literally
social
just going to
media.
say that. I think over these last 8 years where we've
Obviously,
lost in
edits
the
of
playoffs,
Josh Allen.
All they
on
had to do
Twitter
was
for
just-
the game.
All they had to do was just turn off the television, not read the newspaper. That's all it was. Today, you can't escape it.
I agree. I was just going to say, these past 8 years, if there wasn't social media, we would all still be livid. But I wouldn't want to, like, I wouldn't be as livid because social media is just a hellhole. Like, now it's Josh Allen sucks. He's bad in the playoffs, and the Bills are frauds, and it's
You gotta stay out
so
of the comment sections, man.
annoying to look at. Like, it's frustrating.
It's annoying to look at, but you got to remember, it's like, everyone on planet Earth has a phone, and what you see in your feed, you got to understand how many people are in the world. It's like just one idiot in the corner of the world just spewing something off. It's like, yeah, he has an opinion, but doesn't bother me. You could say whatever you want. You could say Josh Allen's a fraud. You could say he's this, and this, and that. I have my own opinion. Me looking at something, yeah, I mean, like, it could get annoying, but I could just, stay off the app. But
well, when you're addicted to the app like I am, it's kind of.
Well, I mean, I'm on
rough.
social media a lot too.
Yes, I was telling you guys, I tried it out last night. Did not look at any texts. Did not go on social media during the game whatsoever, and it was bliss. And I wish I could do it for the Sabres, but I cannot.
I don't really look at social media during games.
Is this a Sabres podcast again? I can't remember.
I mean, I look at stuff during intermissions. Usually, like if I'm at the game, I'm not looking at my phone ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but yeah,
social media is just that whole. It
really
heightens everything.
All right,
really,
I saw a post. It was by a goddamn Patriots fan saying, the Josh Allen experiment has failed. He's not a franchise quarterback, and it had 1.4K
it gives everybody
likes.
an opinion. Everybody has an opinion on there.
It's
And
just
not
someone.
everybody deserves an opinion. I'll tell you that.
JP, it's just someone trying to rage bait for content. It happens so often. And again, listen, he could have that opinion. That's fine. He could say the experiment failed. At the end of the day, we still have Josh Allen for probably in his prime another half a decade. I would say, probably. I will say it's coming up, guys. He's turning 30 in May. He's turning the big 3-0.
When the ball kicks off next year, he will be raising a child.
He will be raising a child. He will be 30 years old, and I will say the running dual threat Josh Allen's probably got half a decade left at best.
Windows are short.
They're
short, and the Bills have one of the longer ones.
This has been a pretty long fucking window.
I know.
Our fat asses keep getting stuck in it. That's the problem.
That stat I saw today was evil when it was like the Bills have the most.
Oh, dude.
The most points scored, least allowed, all that stuff, like ever. Like the best differential, and they haven't even gone to a Super Bowl.
And like the
I don't mean to relitigate. You see these stats literally all the time.
Yep.
But it just, you see it time after time, and it's just the biggest curse that Josh Allen, Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane were ever placed upon is that they played in the same conference as maybe the best quarterback ever. That's really it.
Who, Tom Brady?
If the Kansas City Chiefs were in the NFC,
I don't want to get into Mahomes talk.
Life would be a lot different. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but it's really the reality of the situation. They would have gotten there. They would have gotten there. Like they would have gotten there.
I agree with you, but I would say that's 100% why the team was so emotional after this game, because they knew that this was the year.
Oh, well, I always hated the narrative that this year didn't really, like, it doesn't matter that Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow, whoever weren't in it. Like, no, like this clearly, even if it was their worst roster, it clearly was their easiest path, even if it wasn't their best team to take with them.
Dude, the whole roster was shot. Like, I was surprised they even limped into the playoffs. I mean, they kept winning games, but they didn't look good. It didn't look dominant like they did in years past.
I was thinking this last night. I was like, if the Bills were to win a Super Bowl, would this have been the team who I want to win the Super Bowl? And my answer is no. Like, there's other teams that deserved it more. This team was probably the worst team they've had in years, but it was definitely their best chance. I'd say second best chance. 13 seconds year was their best chance.
It was 2021
that was the best
year
chance.
with that receiving core of Diggs, Davis, and Emmanuel Sanders, and you had Dawson Knox in his prime. I mean, the only one I'd like to add to that roster is James.
That year, right? Didn't they?
Yeah, Beasley was on the roster, and the only one I would have loved to add was Cook to replace Singletary, but still, it's like, it just shows that, like, you build your offense around the run. I get it. I love the run the damn ball mentality. It doesn't fucking work in the modern NFL. It does not work. Did it work in the Super Bowl last year? You had Saquon in the backfield. He did nothing. I don't know. I don't think it's not 1976 anymore. I really don't think that great teams are built to run first.
What do you think they do?
What?
Does anybody go? Like,
I think Joe Brady gets hired somewhere.
Under their control.
Under
They
their
already
control.
lost their O-line coach.
Honestly, I don't think they make any significant changes.
I don't think they do either.
I don't think they do either.
I
This
honestly
year,
think
ending
this
the
was
way-
Sean McDermott's best year as a head coach, I think,
Yeah, he was great.
since maybe like pre-13 seconds year. Like, I don't know. I just thought he had a great year.
Since they broke
Defensively,
the drought.
like I thought McDermott had a great year. And Bean, I understand the criticism. He had, in my opinion, one bad offseason. I'd give him another shot. And I think he regrets everything that happened with the wide receiver room.
I don't know. Does he?
I think he does.
Is there anything that they could even do? Don't they have like -$3 million in cap space next year?
They
Cap's
got
a
a
myth.
lot of.
It's
Cap
a
is a
myth.
myth, but they got a lot. It's not.
You got a lot of work to do.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
I got a few. I don't know what the dead cap hits are, but like if you gave me a list of guys to like, who do you want to cut that have big contracts? I could rattle a few off for you pretty easily.
It's gonna be tough, especially you got to fit in an Artemi Panarin extension in there with all that money.
I'll tell you what, the Bills just needed Josh Stone or Sammy Saint, and they
And
would have
we
been
are
good.
back.
Just like that. It's
They
hockey
would've been
season
good.
officially. Welcome aboard, any Bills fans.
You know what? I feel a lot better. I got all that off my chest. I needed to get a rant out. Still bullshit, but I'm back to hockey season. It's full on Sabre season.
Isn't
now.
it? Isn't
Come
it
on.
crazy? This is the first time, like even 2020.
First time you could be happy that it's a Sabre season.
Well, yeah, I was gonna
Mhm.
say, like, what was
Yep.
their record in 2023? Because that was the year that the Bills lost to the Bengals, and like that was like people
Yes.
were hopping over. Like, what was their record back then? I need to look that up because this is obviously, very clearly we are watching the best Sabres team in the drought right now, and it's nice. It's nice that like you feel so depressed, but like you actually have reason to look forward to tuning in tomorrow. And it's
Something
not like
to even get you to the NFL draft,
it's not even- yeah.
End of April, like some good hockey leading into some mock drafts for the NFL.
it's just it's fun. It's like even if like I'm sure a lot of football only fans, they view the Sabres almost like we view the Bandits. Like it's fun. Like you're there to I'm not gonna say I'm a diehard lacrosse fan, but it's fun. It's fun to go to those games. Fun to see a winning environment. Fun to see people get into it, and it's cool. And for the first time in a long time, there's serious hope.
Serious
So
hype and
Yeah.
hope.
And it's for good reason. So let me see. The Bills were eliminated in 2023 on January 22nd. At that point in time, the Sabres were 23-19-3,
So now,
49 points.
yeah, we're
So-
at 57 points, so 8 more points.
Pretty significant
It's
jump.
legit. I mean, they're a legit team, which I think is what we're going to be talking about this week. Like this team is legit, man. Like they are good. They are really, really good.
I really think that Minnesota game just proved how they handled adversity after going down 3-1. Like I was at that game and I was just like, I've seen this song and dance before. I know how good of a team Minnesota is. They're a top 5 team in the league for a reason. They have Quinn Hughes, who was playing with every single defenseman they have on the roster. I
the
really
best.
don't think he stepped off the ice.
He's the best defenseman in hockey.
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
He is.
And they rattle off 3 goals to take the lead. And then, of course, Quinn Hughes comes back and ties it. But it just shows you squeezed a point out of a team that for top 5 in the league and is in the Western Conference. So you gave up, you gave up the points to something that doesn't really matter.
You're finishing
got a
up,
point out of it.
and you were finishing up a 3-4.
That's another one.
You got so many left. I mean, that's
Yeah,
going to be
you got
one of
another
the big
one.
things. I'm talking about like this schedule. Like for the first time, I'm looking ahead just to see, the Olympic breaks coming up. Obviously, this is obviously a big stretch for a lot of teams. They're figuring out how they want their seasons to go when they come back in February. And man, it's just a condensed schedule. Like everybody's been saying it, but I guess me for the first time, I'm really grasping it. They have another 3-4 this week. They have a 3-4 before They have a 3-4 going into the Olympic break. They have a 3-4 coming out of the Olympic break. And I checked this, so not including the Olympic break itself. The Sabres' next 3-day layoff is the 10th and the 12th, or the 10th through the 12th of April.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly intense schedule. And I think that's why Lindy Ruff made a note of it after last game, that you're going to see some wonky scores. And you're absolutely right, because this is not a normal season, and you've heard them talk at various points, or maybe you've heard people talk about, including Ruff, like they don't have time to practice because they need their off days, or every skate is like a morning skate. It's very low. They're just trying to save their legs. They're trying to keep guys not testing injuries. I mean, it's insane. So for a game like Minnesota, where they're clearly at the end of a long stretch, or even just a 3-4 day type thing, to scratch out a point, it's what good teams do. It's what really good teams do. And if that penalty isn't called at the end of the game, you never know. They maybe would have scratched out too. It's a conference that annoyingly continues to pick up points just every night. Like even tonight, Detroit and Ottawa going to overtime. It's how things have gone, and you need to do it yourself. And we're spending a lot of time in the Minnesota game, but that was just another example of this team really proving that they are good. They are a really good team.
Well, I mean, you're saying 3-4. I mean, this weekend in particular, I'm not sure how it is. I mean, I'm not sure how it is for future weeks, but it was basically 3 and 3.5 games. I mean, 3.5 days. I mean, we had 7 o'clock or 7:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30, and then a 1 o'clock game on a Saturday. Like, it is impressive they got a point, and I agree with Christian. When they were down 3-1, I was like, okay, like this game's over. It sucks. They're one of the better teams in the league. It is what it is, but they play great. And that Montreal night, I mean, second half of a back-to-back, Montreal has the rest advantage, and they win 5-3. Like, it was a crazy impressive game, and it's so weird because the deserved to win meter was actually crazy, like on Canadian side, but it really didn't feel like that. Like maybe the third period they were a better team, but I don't know. Like I thought it was a pretty even game for most of it. It was really weird. I think Colten Ellis not playing the best probably doesn't help with that, but those two games I just think show they're a good team. Even our Jonah and I's dad texted us before the Montreal game. He was like, good teams don't lose 2 games in a row. And, I mean, we won a huge game against Montreal, divisional game, in the second half of back-to-back. Like, it was just a gut
the Philly
check.
game was huge. I was dreading this back-to-back because Philly's obviously a team that always gives them issues, and I think, obviously, right now you look at them, they're on this huge skid. And at that point, they were, I think, 3 or 4 games in. And I was just immediately thinking to myself, hey, this is their get-back game.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Sabres beat them a few weeks back, and the Sabres are coming off a loss, a hard-fought loss to Florida. But I could see them dropping this one as well. Like, I was fully focused on Thursday being the big one. And even that was going to be a challenge because they were on the second half of a back-to-back. And they take care of business against the Flyers. And then, they put up what I thought. I guess you can argue Montreal was I thought it was maybe a 60-40 game, maybe 70-30 at best. And even that, I think that was just skewed by, once again, the Sabres having to protect the lead in the third. It was just a great week of hockey from a team that I don't think... We just continue to say this. They don't really play their best hockey, but they just, when they don't have their A game, they have a B game now. They have other guys to pull on. Jack Quinn was their best player against Minnesota, I thought. It's every night it's like that, just over and over. And it's a joy. It's really a joy to watch. It's so much fun. And
this is what we wanted for so long.
This is exactly what I asked for. Running the table on the wild card.
Yeah.
That's who they are. They are the team that everybody has to catch up to. And, if another good week here, could be in a divisional spot. You never know. I mean, it's going to be tough, but that's the big thing. The East has not played each other a lot so far this season. That's going to change pretty soon. I mean, I was looking at their schedule going into the Olympic break. That gets intense because I think they play Toronto again. Then they have their not home and home. Their 2 back-to-back games in Florida. And I think there's another one going. Obviously, they got 2 games against Montreal left this month.
Going into Olympic break, we face in our division Montreal, Toronto, Montreal, Florida, and Tampa.
Crazy.
And then coming out of it,
we got 4 games against
Florida
Tampa.
and Tampa. And then you face Tampa a few games after. It's funny, obviously we're facing Montreal 3 times in 3 weeks. It's basically the same thing with Tampa, actually, now that I'm looking at it. We face them February 3rd, then we have one more game then the Olympic break. Then we face them on February 28th, and then on March 8th. So these divisional games are massive right now. And we're finally
huge
facing
swing games.
Yeah. Montreal, Florida, and Tampa. I mean, we faced them a total of 8 times, and I don't know, maybe the next 15 games.
It's big.
It's gonna be a lot of hockey. It's gonna be competitive for once too. But I will hold on. I also kind of have to pump my own tires here because my prediction came true from the last week's weekly preview. I said 2-1-1.
Yes,
they went 2-1-1.
I was thinking about that too. You are right.
And the homestand overall 3-1-1. And in these last 2 weeks that you knew were big because they're such a good home team that if they took advantage of it all, that they would be in such a good spot. 6-1-1.
Well, 13 of the last 16. They just
amazing.
They keep it going.
It's awesome. They really haven't, knock on wood, they really haven't stumbled here. And you're gonna stumble at points. Like they could lose, these next 2 games. Like they're heading into a building they have not won in 10 years now. You can officially say it's been 10 years since the Sabres won in Raleigh. And then they got a second half of a back-to-back in Nashville against a team that's been playing better. But it's just how quickly do you pick yourself up? And throughout this stretch, they've done that. Tough loss to the Blue Jackets. They rattled off 3 straight. Lost to Florida at home. Rattled off 2 straight against East opponents in regulation and then carved out a point against Minnesota. They're resilient, man.
I think the Raleigh game is going to be a huge measuring stick game tomorrow.
It is.
If they could finally get a win in Raleigh, I think we could confirm that this team is going to be playing for a playoff spot down the stretch in April. They gave them a good fight
last time their top line in Raleigh last time was Alex Tuck, Ryan McLeod, and Tage Thompson. They did not have Rasmus Dahlin for that game. I think Kesselring was out by that point. I think Benson was still in Zucker. That was when we thought the season was done because of all the injuries and people leaving. They gave him a good fight. This iteration of the Sabres team is built to win a game against Carolina, where past teams obviously weren't. They just could not win those types of games.
The season is eerily similar to a season 20 years ago that we just ended up celebrating, at least in a scheduling sort of way, kind of coming out sluggish. No one's picking you to do anything, and then you rattle off. I think that team went 14-1, 2 separate stretches
I think
of
they went
domination.
37-6.
Yeah.
Because they walked out of, I think, November below 500 or at 500, and then it just clicked.
It's all you need sometimes. You just need that momentum and that mentality. That mind of a goldfish. If you lose, next game. If you win, you got next game.
Should we touch on 05-06 night? What a night, man. What a night.
I wish I was there, man.
Very cool.
So do I. I was
agreed. Yeah.
I wish I was there as well. But tooth dropping from the rafters.
Doing more.
I love that the alumni all came out on skates. I thought that was a nice touch.
That was very cool.
It was old school. They used to do that back in the day for a lot of the. Well, actually, when Terry first bought the team, he had the French Connection come out on skates.
Yeah, they all skated out there to him.
Yeah.
It was very cool, and it was what it needed to be. They didn't overdo it. At the end of the day, 05-06, they did not win the cup, but like they did it the right way. Very cool video from Briere. Don't know what the fuck was up with Chris Drury.
What do you mean? You wouldn't be caught dead doing anything Sabres related. I called it
He
last
said
week.
You said it last week.
I said Briere would have a video. Drury wouldn't be found dead.
I don't know what his
Sabre
issue
stuff
is,
on.
man. I don't
Did
know.
Mike Greer say anything?
No, Greer.
No, but like it wasn't.
he wasn't a captain.
He wasn't. When people are talking about 05-06, I mean, hey, maybe we are, but like they're like, oh, Mike
Love
Greer,
a
man,
good
I
Mike
can't believe
Greer,
they
man.
can't believe he got away.
Yeah.
Like it's, and there's no way they didn't ask, right? There's no
it is
way.
strange, dude. It really is strange.
Like, is he still mad that they didn't
Mad
pay
about
him?
what? We wanted to pay him. It would have ended up being at the end of the season.
Did he like show interest in GM at one point, and I don't know, Terry didn't reciprocate, and
Yeah, honestly,
it's very strange.
It's loser stuff. Like honestly, he hasn't done anything with the organization. They've had
Since he
many
left.
many events in the past 5 years.
Briere showed up to Captain's Night back in 2019.
Yep.
Drury was employed by the Rangers, but he wasn't GM.
The RJ stuff, like I don't think Drury did anything for that.
No, did he? I don't think he did anything that night.
I
don't
know
think so.
Briere did. Like honestly, it's
Wayne
loser stuff
friggin'
out of him.
Gretzky did something that night.
Yeah, he did.
Like, get over yourself, dude.
It's
Genuinely.
It's weird.
It's not that
it's
deep.
like it's what is it though? What do we think it is? What's in?
I don't know.
It's all
I-
speculation.
I
Of
think
course.
it's just a
maybe
rough
he just didn't.
exit
Maybe he just
and-
didn't enjoy his time here. Maybe we just romanticize it a bit. Maybe he just didn't like living in Buffalo. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to come back, or doesn't look back on these days too fondly. I don't know.
I'd love to hear one of the other alumni, their opinion on all the Drury. Like why?
I always
is he
say
not
like
doing
he
any of
was.
this?
He did not say a word in the locker room. He was the quiet
He's a quiet
leader.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look. Frankly, he should start kissing up to us pretty soon because we're going to be the only organization that remembers him fondly. I mean,
Yeah.
I know he won the cup with Colorado, but I mean, I think New York City is ready to cast him into the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if he writes a third letter, do you think it'll save his job?
I got flashbacks. I remember where it's one of those weird things. I remember where I was when I read that letter back in 2018. I just remember pulling out my phone and being like, "Wow, they announced they're going into a rebuild. I can't believe it's happening."
And that
Here we are
wasn't
again.
even when he was the GM. He wasn't even associate GM at that
wasn't
point.
that Dolan that wrote that letter, the first one?
Oh, dude, that's the last thing you want is an owner penning a letter to the team, to the organization and the fans.
We get
Like
one.
Ottawa?
Season ticket holders get one every year. Here,
That's different though. It's like if it's for season ticket holder being like,
Yeah, I know
thank
what
you
you
for your support.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That's fine. If you're talking about organizational structure changes and what the 5-year outlook of the team is, I don't want the owner mentioned anywhere in that.
Man, dude, Melnick was just such a wild ride in Ottawa. What was that video he made when they like went into the rebuild? He like sat down with one of their players and was doing like a expose on like just he was like, man, this rebuild stuff is tough. And, like, we've had a tough year, but I don't know. I feel like it was legitimately like state propaganda. It was, man, what a wild time. Not the thing you want to see.
What a wild card, bro. Speaking of the Senators, didn't they lose tonight? I think of course they went to overtime too.
Yeah,
didn't they?
Reimer made his first start.
And they couldn't even snag the extra point. Whatever.
Yeah.
Enjoy the basement. Yeah, Levy Marilainen, dude. You see what Jake Sanderson was saying in his post-game presser?
Yeah.
He's like,
They hate their fans.
at the end of it. Well, not only that,
That was crazy, yeah.
taking a jab at the fans like that, and like Jake Sanderson's a cornerstone piece of that franchise, but also saying like, yeah, everyone has their off nights in that and whatever, but you got to make more than 10 saves. It's like, oh,
It's bad
That
when
is-
you're calling out a goalie.
bad. You're calling out a goalie in the locker room, and you're calling out the fans.
Well, I
You're
saw
like,
he was on
yeah,
the ice. He was on the ice for the OT winner, which if you saw Caulfield, he took like a point blank slap shot on a 2-on-1, but Marilainen caught a piece of it and it still snuck through as the building erupted. Crazy. crazy cursed season for Ottawa. They still terrify me though, surprisingly enough. I am still like,
Yeah.
I think they're like, I mean, they're funny, man. You look at all their advanced numbers; they are really good, but they cannot get a save.
The goaltending is so bad.
It's
minus 34 goals saved above expected.
They got friggin' Linus 3 mark, 3 by Marilainen. Tonight, James Threemer. It's tough, man. It's a tough go of things. Anyways, back to 05-06 night. Once again, was awesome to see Briere there. Obviously, seeing Max for the first time in Buffalo in 20 years.
Yeah.
That was
cool.
awesome. I wonder if it was the first time he really understood how he is possibly the most beloved Sabre ever.
He's a very cult, what's the word? Cult favorite?
Cult hero.
Cult hero, yeah.
Yeah, he felt, and I'm sure he felt the love from everyone. That was very cool to see him back in Buffalo. And obviously all the other fresh faces, all the other old faces too. It's just
Jochen Hesch,
Dumont,
Vanek, Dumont, Pominville.
Pominville's clean shaven.
Yeah. Derek Roy.
We're still
07,
rocking a
08
nice
hero.
turtleneck, as always.
Yeah,
still rocking the
course.
turtleneck.
Was tell me if I missed it, but I don't think Gossett was there.
I
And he
saw,
was announced.
I think
he would be there.
Campbell wasn't there. I think it was Weather.
yeah.
We
I
knew
think
Campbell wouldn't be there, but
I thought
Paul
he was. I
Gossett?
thought he was one of the guys.
No, he
coming.
wasn't.
I think a few guys didn't show up. I think because of the weather. I feel like I
that
saw
could
somebody
be.
say that. I could be wrong.
Because if
I actually
think of
missed.
all the
I missed the
players-
ceremony in real time.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, Gossett would have been one of the guys everybody would have been
The
going nuts
Goose.
for. Goose,
mhm.
So I didn't think of that at the time, but then someone
and it's
brought
just
that
nice,
up to me.
hearing Jay Moran, the PA announcer, just saying everybody's name the way he used to say it back then, and then
Yeah.
you cap it off. Doug Allen's doing the national anthem. It's
Dougie.
just you felt like a kid again, man. It was really cool, really special experience. And then the night spoke for itself. I mean, the building has felt so alive this year because there's winning hockey and it's on a nightly basis now. But that was the first night where we are back to mid to early 2010s, late 2000s HSBC arena vibes, where it's just everybody's fully into it, chanting, bringing signs, pure atmosphere that fuels the game. And
I love the signage stuff and the flags up at the top. It's use all that space up. We should have just a ring of every space up on the 300 should be filled up.
Mhm.
That'd be sick.
We were at the Philly game, Joe and I were, and that was the first game I was at in some time. I mean, we have half season tickets, so I'm not saying I haven't gone to any games this season, but it was probably a few weeks. So I think we maybe saw the third win in their
we
winning
were there
streak.
during the streak, but
It was.
I think
early in
even
the
just
streak.
from that point to now, so much has
Well,
changed.
That's what I mean. I was literally sitting there. I think it was when the national anthem was about to start, and I just looked over. I was like, "Holy shit!" The fan base is actually back. It made me feel emotional. Genuinely, I was like, "This is real." I haven't been in this arena where it has felt real in some time. Maybe you could say that for where they barely missed the playoffs in 22,
But it was
23.
but the thing about that team was, one, obviously they were a fringe team.
Yeah,
And B, that team was horrible at home.
They were
Like, they were really- they were- I
they were
think-
road warriors.
I think they
that year.
finished 16, 20, and 5. I think
Mhm.
that was something along those lines. They were not good. They had ugly losses. And, even that season, there's a handful of games you remember at home from that year. Obviously you remember Miller Knight and the OT win versus Minnesota. But a lot of losses in that building, a lot of bad ones. This team is not only very good and better than that team, they are one of the best teams at home in the NHL. I think they're still third best. If they'd beaten Minnesota, they'd be second best.
I unfortunately went to both losses this week. It's okay though because I saw 5 wins before that, so
Yeah.
I'm on a
Just
little
means
bit of
you're
a
due.
skid. So we're due. I'm due
Yeah.
for a win now.
It's how you rebound.
I'm 5-1-1. going to games.
We haven't mentioned this at all, but it was a kids' game on Saturday.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we knew we were going to lose. Like, we didn't bring it up, but they hate the kids. It's just how it goes.
Dude, Kids Day was so funny. For anyone who was at the game, you know how they have like the little kids announce like the starting lineup and like the goals like when they go off. This little girl was probably like 8-9 years old. She was screaming into the mic.
It was pretty funny.
She was
hear it on the
testing the new
broadcast.
sound system. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's so loud.
It's awesome they do that, genuinely. But I gotta say, if I was a player and I heard someone screaming in the
Couldn't even
middle of
hear
the
on the
play, I'd be
ice.
like, oh my god. Yeah. They did a great job though. I mean, they had a kid dressed up. They called him Junior Sabretooth. Like, that was new. I was like, they had a kid following around Sabretooth the whole time. It's like, this is pretty cool. Like,
I need an adult sized version of that like Sabretooth hoodie thing he had on.
it was pretty cool.
Wear around the apartment.
They do a great job.
Yeah, on the broadcast, there was the clip went pretty viral. But the clip of Kesselring after he had been cut open by whoever suckered him, and the trainer was working on him, and the camera was ISO'd on him, and then all of a sudden they bring in a graphic of the drawing a kid made of him, and it was just evil. It was so evil, just to see like the kid got the nose right. That was the funny part.
Yeah, he got the nose right.
Yeah, that was a scheduled loss, even if we didn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
But the building has just been so alive, like I said, on a nightly basis. Everybody's just so into it, and you just know you're going to get a good product. It's like, it's been so long now since the Sabres' last bad game that just went so sideways. And once again, I'm going to knock on wood, but every night, like, you're getting a team that has a shot. And you can feel it in the building. People want to see a show. They want to see a good product, and they're getting it. And they're getting winning hockey. And especially that night, 05-06 night, just the extra reason, bringing in everybody, just bringing in a lot of people that have probably checked out. Because at the very least, hey, they'll come back and reminisce about maybe the greatest season in team history and see old players that they fell in love with as kids. And that same night, you got treated to an Atlantic battle. You got to see Tage Thompson drop 5 points. Josh Doan continue to be a menace. Just an absolutely amazing night that was capped off with a win in regulation against Montreal. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing stuff.
Tage was unreal that night. That was like when we all kind of called him out during the midseason grades. Like, that's a performance.
It's good timing.
We want to see.
Yeah, really.
Like, he dominated that game, and it was awesome to see. And Josh Doan, I mean, that guy's just unbelievable.
It's insane the value they got in that trade. The throw-in guy.
Can we say they won it yet? Are we allowed to say that? Has it been long enough?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's of course, like, JJ Peterka is gonna score more goals than Josh Doan is, but I really think
I don't know. Is he?
Well, right now I feel like a little bit of this does fall on the way to Michael Kesselring too. It's like he was the main piece in this trade.
I mean, if he is anything resembling what they thought they were going to get, it's
100%
it's crazy, man. Just tipping of the scales. Josh Doan, insane.
Great trade, Kevin Adams.
It was a great trade.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
And you know what? Sammy St. just can't stop scoring. I mean, I think I started
keep waiting for the drought.
I keep laughing. I think I was laughing as I was celebrating when he scored against Philly. Like, it was just like unbelievable. This guy's unreal.
I keep waiting for the drought, and
it's never coming.
Like, you talk about the buzz in the building, man. Like I mentioned it last week. Every time he touches the puck, I see, like, in the corner of my eye, if you're at the arena, just people begin to rise out of their seat. Like they want to see something special. They know they got a chance with Samuelson. It's
like they're waiting for it.
Crazy, man. Guy's on a 40-plus point pace. 46 or 7 games into the season. Just insane.
Aura.
Insanity.
Just aura. He aura his pucks in. Like, even his assists, it's like, how did that go in? Like,
his goal.
Well,
like,
Sanderson shot it.
He just shot it through Who was in that for them? Was it Urson wasn't in that. Whoever it was, every net. He just shot it
Vladar
through.
played the first, and then he got hurt.
Did Vladar,
And
did
then
Vladar play that night?
He played the first, and then he got hurt, and then it was Urson the rest of the night.
Yeah, he just shot it through him. Like Vladar just moved out of the way. He's like, I'm not stopping that. All right. Last note about 0506 night. Thomas Vanek, Jason Pominville. What a moment that was.
Awesome.
Shocking. I think it was Gwelly or maybe the new COO they hired. I remember him tweeting out. He said there's going to be a few surprises that night. And that was definitely one of them. I was at a place where I was watching the game on mute. And it just looked like they were cutting a commercial. And then obviously they just cut to them standing there with Miller. And I couldn't hear them talking. And then, the tribute video played. And just in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, is this an induction thing? Are they going into the hall? And sure enough, there they are. Next season, they will be members of the Sabres Hall of Fame. Awesome, awesome moment.
And you could see Vanek was getting emotional. Like, that definitely meant something, and well-deserved for both of them. I mean, Vanek was obviously great in his time, Pominville too, and Pominville retired as a Sabre. Like, he came back. It's just very well-deserved for those two in their eras. They are just meant so much to the team in the city.
It's crazy that was the first hockey. Thomas Vanek's the first hockey jersey I ever owned as a kid when I was like 7 years old.
26
now,
was my first number.
All the way years and years and years later, he's being inducted into the Sabres Hall of Fame alongside Jason Pominville, who's also been a cornerstone of this franchise. Unbelievable stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome. I think Derek Roy should get a look.
I was going to bring it up. I was like, a part of me is like, I think you should be there with them. Just a part of me. But I was
looking at like the games played and the point total. I mean, like he played a decent amount of games with the Sabres.
Was he another concussions guy? Because, we all mythologize 07, 08 Derek Roy for good reason. He was unbelievable that season. Even just from a raw production standpoint, he had over 80 points. Then the injuries kind of set in, and you can see the point totals. They didn't last over time. But man, a part of me is like, I think Roy should go in with them. I kind of do. They're like, they're the three I think of in the post Briere Drury era. Besides Miller. But hey, no complaints. I get it.
Do you think if Drury or Briere it could have been as mediocre could get if they signed that next contract? Would they have been a shoo-in to be in the Hall of Fame?
Briere, yeah, 100%. Drury's weird because his career dropped off because of concussions in New York, but that's a time and place thing, so you never know. Honestly, you look at LaFontaine being one of the jerseys retired makes me I know they were both here very briefly, but to get Hall nominations, I think it's possible, but I don't know. Drury's not giving himself any favors.
No.
I could see Briere getting in there someday, but he just doesn't. I don't know if he has the longevity. But then, I said, LaFontaine didn't play 200 games for the franchise. He was unbelievable in the game he played, but
that's actually insane too. He didn't even play 200 games for the franchise, and he has his number retired. Just put up stupid numbers. That's why.
Oh yeah, but have we ever gone into my thoughts on their jerseys up in the rafters?
I think the actual retired numbers.
I think their standards are pretty low, but they're kind of too far. You can't. I wouldn't be advocating.
Who do you think shouldn't be retired?
I think there should be two up there. I think there literally should be two. And
two?
I think the two I'm talking about.
11.
Ashik and Gilbert.
That's it.
And 39.
If it were up to me, maybe throw Rico up there. If you want to throw Rick Martin up there, he was unbelievable.
You can't leave Rene. You can't leave Rene off.
I mean, Rene was good, but he was the third guy on that line. But I get it. If you want to do French Connection, Hasek, that's fine. Danny Gare, great player, great captain for the franchise. Don't know if I would retire the jersey. Same thing. LaFontaine just didn't have the longevity, in my opinion. Tim Horton,
as you're talking on LaFontaine, I'm gonna butt in. He played 268 games with the Sabres.
Okay, so maybe it was,
you didn't play 300
it's funny.
games.
In my mind, I was thinking, he played 168. So I was thinking he didn't play 300.
Yeah,
that's
268.
There's 2 seasons. There was
3 seasons though that he barely played because I'm assuming injuries. So
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim Horton. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
where you're going to, and
Yeah, I mean, like if you wanted to throw Tim Horton up in there, because I know he meant a lot to the franchise at the start. If you wanted to throw him, the French Connection, and Hasek, fine. I think that's what I'd do.
And you take Miller off?
Yeah, I mean, Miller's great, but I don't know if he's jersey retirement.
We bullied Aaron Dell out of that number. What do you mean?
Ryan Miller.
It's like there is obvious. There's
Ryan
an
Miller
obvious.
he had 4 playoff runs. That's it.
How many did Hasek have with us? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe like
I think
6 or 7.
Hasek within 2 years had as many playoff round wins as Miller did appearances.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great. Obviously, Hall of Fame. My standards are just higher. Like this is like they've changed the franchise.
I don't disagree with you, because I think when you're retiring numbers, like you really got to be particular. I mean, think about now. Hear me out. New York Yankees have had 27 championships. I get it, but they have so many numbers retired. It's
1
crazy.
through 10 are just off limits.
Yeah, like I agree. Where you do have to
and
be
the Habs.
very particular.
Yeah, the Abs have a stupid amount.
So, but
if there was, if
I was
there
going
was
to
a
ask.
number,
I was going to ask because it's like I make that argument, but at the same time, I recognize that the argument's moot because the standards are lower. I was thinking, how close was Vanek to being retire worthy?
number retired worthy?
Yeah.
I
Eileen,
don't
no,
know.
but I do think he's like kind of close.
Well, I gotta be honest. When they
is
initially
he a better
made
player?
the
Was he a
announcement,
better was Thomas Vanek a better player than Rene Robert? I know it's tough to compare eras.
It's an era thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
I don't know.
when they initially made the announcement, and I obviously wasn't thinking 26 is Darlene's number, 29 is Pominville. I mean, 29 is Beck Valentine right now. But I originally thought that it was going to be like number retires, and I was like, I don't agree with this. At first, I was like, wow, like I think that's too far.
No, I wouldn't. 'Cause
Sabres
it's
Hall
too
of Fame
many.
though.
I wouldn't just solely on the basis of the argument we just had, where it's like it's too many numbers, but like from a standards perspective, like how close is Vanek to Miller?
I don't know. I think Miller was.
I think Miller was just the backbone of this team for a decade.
I guess.
I think, respectfully, I think you're discounting Miller a little.
Yeah.
I think he probably does deserve to be up there.
Miller had, I think, 2 really, really amazing seasons.
He won the Vezina. He had
He does have the
He
Vezina.
should have had gold
The
in
Vezina
that
matters.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Probably could make a case for the best American-born goaltender of all time.
I'm looking at his stats right now. 05-06, he had a 914. 06-07, he had a 911. Then 07-08, he had a 906. After that, he never had under a 918. 916. No, 915, sorry.
See, but I think
915
league
with the
scoring,
Sabres.
league scoring dipped a little bit, I think, back then.
True. But like 09-10, he played
that was his year.
69 games.
Yeah, that was his year.
That's why.
I mean, he was unbelievable that year. That's
the
why
next year,
that's why his
66.
jersey's hanging up. He was
Like-
the best goalie in the world.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he deserves to be
No,
up there.
I lean towards no. I think there would be maybe a case.
Is there a number that you think should be retired that isn't?
No.
No.
I don't know. Maybe McGillney, because I mean, he's basically just he was LaFontaine. They were not going. I mean,
I think
they
they should have been
guys.
retired together. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
What about?
It's
I
time to get
feel
him
like-
over here.
Man, I feel like Mike Ramsey's number should have been retired.
I feel like I
man.
hear that all the time. I get that.
Am I unk for saying that? Maybe
a
Craig
lot of people
Ramsey
will say
too.
that. I think if, like I said, with the standards they have put in place, I think those are valid arguments. But if it were up to me, I would say no.
Like, you want to talk longevity. Mike and Craig Ramsey played for this organization for a long time.
I know. I just don't think that's worthy of a retirement. That's my thing.
Yeah, but they're in the Hall of Fame. So I mean, I know Mike
Do you
is.
put Phil Housley up there? Like, I would say no.
Right, yeah. Then you get into the debate. Okay, Phil Housley is probably one of the best defensemen they've had.
A lot of legendary players have played for the franchise, but jersey retirement should be the cream of the crop. That's why I think there should only be 2.
What are once Lindy retires? he deserves some sort of recognition. What are they going to do for him? Like I feel like
Dude,
I was thinking
they
that
the
might
Raptors.
retire his number. My dad was saying that they think
he was
they
a
might
good
retire
he
him.
was a fine
Yeah.
player, but like you're gonna retire his number? That gives
Maybe
the
not
impression.
his number. Like put like an RJ type banner up there.
What are you gonna put there though?
Lindy needs to be
HC?
up.
HC 1500 head games coached. I don't know.
I think like is he statue worthy?
I mean, if
gotta
he's
put an RJ
statue-worthy,
statue
yeah, you have
first.
to get an RJ one first.
Well, RJ goes without saying. I don't know why they haven't done that yet, but yeah, it's weird. How do you honor a coach? Has anybody raised the banner for a coach before? There's got to be a precedent for this.
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Like Scotty Bowman's got to be. He's got to be honored somewhere.
He's probably on that Sabres Wall of Fame, like with all the names. Like I see like Jerry Korab
Well, that's the Hall of
on
Fame.
there.
That's the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, but there's like a wall of names, and then like underneath it, well, they have like the numbers going along.
Yeah.
Like his number's not there, but like I see more. There's more names above it.
Will be
What do they
interesting.
put? They put Vanek in there, and then if Darlene's in there one day, you're gonna have 226s hanging out in there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Once, like, let's just say Lindy retires after this season, which I personally think will happen. Do they like honor him next year, like right away? With like, assuming the team
They probably wait a year just because they have this lined up.
yeah. It
Mhm.
just makes me think, because it's like, if assuming they make the playoffs and they break the drought this year, like honoring him with probably most of the team still here would be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I mean,
but
he's
they would have to do something.
he's Sabres Mount Rushmore. I mean, I literally
Mhm.
think
Oh yeah, no
it's
doubt.
it's literally Joe Bear, Hasek, RJ. If you want to, make it
Mhm.
an everybody thing, and then it's Lindy. I think that's
No
the big
doubt.
four.
No doubt.
Rob
So, yeah.
Ray's right off the list at number 5. Say what you want. He's
They
been
should have
around
retired
this
his number. There's
organization
precedent
since
for
like
that.
He has
Yeah,
been
Chris
around a
Neal.
long time.
Chris Neal.
funny franchise, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right way is. I just need to see what the league precedent is or sports precedent is for a coach.
I know, I mean, think about it. It's kind of weird. Like announcers kind of get more memorialized than coaches, at least from what I could think of. Because I think of RJ
coaches. I mean,
and
usually
Vin Scully.
there's not a lot of Lenny Ruffs. I mean,
yeah.
that have stuck around. He was coach of the team for 14 years, right? What? No, he took over in 98,
97.
97, right?
97, 98 was his
So, yeah,
first year.
he
And then he
took
left in
16 years.
2012, 13.
Yep.
Well, I think,
January of 13, so 16
WGR
years.
was saying there's only one coach that's coached more games for one team in the NHL. I personally did not recognize the name, but
Some
I'll
guy
try
in
and
like the
find it.
40s.
I don't think so.
Let me see.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Al
of-
Arbor.
Oh, Al Arbor. I guess.
1,500 games with the Islanders.
that
For
makes
reference,
sense.
Ruff's at 1,294.
So they honored him?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't even know what to look up for that.
I mean, I know
Is Al
he,
Arbor memorialized? Is Al Arbor...
Obviously, he has some cups to hang his head on that Lenny Ruff does not yet. But
Formal public memorial service, their practice rink, raising banners for his achievements, ongoing tributes. I don't know if he's like has a banner.
yeah,
I don't know.
looks like they raised.
There's a plaque. It looks like.
Looks like a long time ago they put up a 1,500 thing for him
Okay.
for his wins, or games maybe it was. Yeah, had to win
Yeah,
games.
it was games. 1,500 games.
So, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Guess we'll figure out when we get there. But very cool to see Vanek and Pominville honored.
Yep.
Very
John
cool moment.
Cooper's getting up there with Tampa. I mean, he's almost 300 games behind Lindy, but he's fifth all time. And I can't see him, going away anytime soon.
All right. I think we've spent enough time on this. Christian just let out his first yawn of the night. That's how you know we're getting. We haven't really touched. We haven't touched too much on the team
15 minutes
yet.
of this episode talking about the Bills and then Sabres Memorial stuff. We've barely talked about the team.
Unlike JP, I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll tie a bow. 0506 night. Great stuff by the organization. Obviously a great night on the ice. Just amazing stuff. Do they do 0607 night? I feel like you gotta. Aren't they the only President's Trophy team?
Yeah.
But again, it's all the same. It's all the same people.
I know
Just bring her back
that's so
again
weird.
next year.
Yeah.
I mean, who you? I mean, I guess Coletta's invited to this one.
There we go. And he still
Mike
lives in Buffalo.
Mike Greer's not invited to this one.
Yeah, Mike Greer's not allowed in. JP Dumont, send him packing.
Nope.
Biron, I guess he is invited, but he'll have to leave halfway through. I guess we'll see. All right. Yeah, like JP said, we are. Oh, he's got
one other
more
gripe
thing.
with that. Why couldn't they have done it against Philly? Because then they would have known Briere was going to be in the building. It's literally the night before. He's like,
fair.
the schedule.
Philly was pretty important to the 0506 team's run. So, oh yeah.
So that was like, what was it? Didn't they honor? Did they do something for Ryan Miller? But like, what am I misremembering? Like during this drought, they did maybe they memorialized the team and Ryan Miller. They faced them the night before or something.
Well, I think this is what you're talking about. They retired Miller's jersey the night they played the Islanders, and then that Saturday the Ducks were in town, and they brought Miller back to do like a ceremonial puck drop.
Might have been
for that game because he retired with the Ducks. I remember they did like a goalie opening face-off, like Anderson and John Gibson like took the draw. If that's what you're referencing,
might have been that. I feel like I remember something about when he was playing, and they did some sort of maybe it was even just an anniversary of like the 0506 team. Or I don't know, but I think I remember Miller was still playing, and like we faced him the night before or something. I don't know.
maybe it was I
could be making shit up.
Maybe it was during the 50th season and they like missed a theme night by a night.
Could be that. Yeah, you might be right.
Oh, yeah, maybe that was it. Like 2000s night they did against the Blue Jackets that year. So maybe like the Ducks were in town or was it Vancouver at the time? So maybe it was that. That makes sense.
You might be right.
We interrupt this episode of the Sabre Report podcast to tell you about our sponsor, William Mattar. Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Mattar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Mattar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only. Call William Mattar. 844-444-4444. All right. Staying on 0506 night. Hopping over and staying with goaltenders. Colten Ellis. Talking about goaltending this week. He got 2 of the 3 starts of this last stretch here. Man, what an adventure that guy is. Definitely made that night a lot more stressful to watch.
It's very, you could see he's very raw talent, just kind of scrambling a lot.
I know Devin Levi's not on the
puck.
roster, but I feel like I'm watching Devin Levi.
Yeah, you can't find the puck sometimes, trying to cover it up and just it's flying everywhere.
I mean, it was a rough night. The first goal was not on him, but the second goal was the Demidov one-timer that he kind of fanned on and went low on. And then the third one was the one I got angry at. Lane Hudson hit him in the chest. And the shot popped out to Suzuki backdoor for the tap-in. And then, obviously, that was before all the fun stuff started happening, like the amazing sequence where he tried shooting a puck out of the zone. Didn't get it out, was hit I think multiple times in the chest, couldn't cover it, had the puck under him, still it got poked free, and then it finally took like Jason Zucker poking or soaking a shot to finally get it out. It was he is something to watch. I know we're getting Alex.
Easy.
We're getting Alex Lyon back this week. So, do you think we're getting a verdict here?
Yes.
I would hope so. Yeah, you got to end this goalie rotation at this point.
They keep finding ways to like
get around it.
They haven't been tested to do it yet, but I feel every game we're watching a body drop, and I just wonder. I wonder if they just keep this going for a little bit. I keep having this thought in the back of my head, like they are waiting for Alex Lyon to give them a reason to send him on his way.
When they inevitably place Norris on the IR, it's just going to be Lyon coming back, right? Like, they could go into the Olympic break with this. Like, it might not be a decision until after, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Dunn's obviously gone for a few weeks now.
But is it going to affect your goaltending? That's the thing. Is it going to affect your practice reps?
We know it will. The worst stretch of the season. So,
why keep doing it?
That's the $1 million question. I just think it's very clear. Colten Ellis is the weakest goalie on this roster.
Agreed.
I know they like him. I know the AHL numbers were good. I don't even think I think he's an NHL goalie. But man, like I said, like Levi, he's so athletic, challenges shooters, makes tough saves. Like he makes very, very tough saves. But there are just so many wild card factors in there. The rebound control speaks for itself. Inability to cover pucks. Making himself small a lot of the time. I feel like this is coming at a point like Luukkonen, I think, is playing very well. I do. Early season, he's obviously given them enough to win games. Every Luukkonen start has gone like, this guy is unbelievable for the first 2/3 of the game. And then with like 10 minutes to go in regulation, he lets one in. Lets in another one that's like a softie that's awful that people are all over him for. And then he closes out the game. That's like every Luukkonen start to this point. I guess, besides the Minnesota game. But I didn't even hate him in the Minnesota game. I thought maybe like the first goal with Foligno, got poked through. But, Quinn Hughes ripped one over his shoulder. I didn't blame him for the Tarasenko goal, not the overtime goal. I will be upset if they choose to keep Ellis over these three. If it's Lyon is coming back this week. We know this. Like, are they really going to do this 3-goalie rotation again? Please don't do this. Please don't.
We'll see if Jarmo makes his first move, I guess.
Yeah.
He hasn't had much.
He has not made a move.
He hasn't had much to do yet.
Life is pretty easy. But
all he had to do is change the vibes.
He made one big move this week, which we can talk about.
Yeah, we can get into that. Helenius. He's up.
Helenius.
He's up. Yeah,
don't know why they called him up to not play him for 2 games, but that's beside the point.
That was my thing. Because the quote came out, Lindy was talking about how he's like, we're only going to play Helenius if he's in the top 9. And it's like, why would he do that? And I think we found out today. I think they knew Norris was not going to be available for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think that was.
Yeah, they're trying to they were trying to wait to get a better read on what the outlook was going to be with his injury, and
they were riding a lineup that was still winning. It's no mistake. He comes in now. I think he wanted to get him in, but at the same time, he didn't want to, scratch a Krebs, scratch a Greenway while they were winning games. So I think that's why he's in now.
Do you think he's got a similar injury to what the first one was?
I think they said
he was reaching for the same thing.
I think it was the rib. Somebody mentioned rib. I think it was the rib.
He got cross-checked in the rib.
I don't think this was oblique, which I think is good.
I think it's a bruised rib.
Maybe not. I think he got the Eichel surgery. He got a rib removed.
He's still out week to week now, so who knows when we'll see him again.
That felt like deja vu. I'm like, oh man, a day-to-day turned to week-to-week. It's been a minute since we've had one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Turn into a month-to-month. But
you know what? If you're going to be week-to-week at some point in the season, coming up on the Olympic break is probably a good time.
This is probably the time. The Sabres have to get through 10 games without him. They have 10 games from now till the end. In a very short period, but that's it. They are blessed right now to have that happening to them at this point. And, thank God they're doing this. I mean, Norris went down at the beginning of the season, as did Kulik with a friggin' blood clot, and they were still reluctant to call up Noah Ostlund at the time and even Isaac Rosen. I mean, their first call-up of the season was Josh Dunn after opening night. That was, man, with Zach Benson out. And, oh, man. October feels like a friggin' fever dream, man.
The whole, first couple of months feels
like a completely different season that took place.
It feels like I'm talking about last season.
Yeah. But Helenius, man, I mean, he's been ready. He's been ready for a while. We know this. And Lindy knows that he's not, I mean, when Ostlund came in last year, he was on the fourth line. So I don't know what that says that he is immediately putting him on the second line, kind of. Him, Ostlund, and Doan.
Headlights.
Oh my God.
Vibes.
Please,
I hope it works.
Please
so bad.
work.
That's gonna be so fun.
I could see it not working, but I could also see it working, man. That felt good to read. Lindy's been cooking with the lineups recently. As soon as he shuffled them after the Florida game, they've been icing their best team.
Well, didn't they do Ostlund, Benson, Doan the other night too?
Did they throw that out there at one point?
What?
I thought they had Krebs on that line.
What was the line that they cooked with? It was this week.
Well, it was Norris. When Norris went out, he was with Ostlund and Doan.
Yeah, it was that line.
But
yeah, now that line's fun. I mean, truly the young guns. So I hope it works out. I don't know about like Helenius like playing the wing. Like I just in general, I don't know if he's played the wing that much. I'm assuming he's played center most of the time.
As with any center they've drafted, they have played him at center.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and I feel like Ostlund's had good results at center and wing.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
got the experience. So. I don't think you're going to throw Helenius there against Carolina.
No, I agree.
In his first game, that would be hell. I mean, that would
I
be
agree.
hell.
I'm just saying, who knows if he can be a good winger? Like Kulik is not really the best winger, like, or at least we've known that. So, just throwing it out there.
I mean, it's just another guy they have versatility with, which is always
a plus.
Always a plus.
I hope he makes his case to stay. Like Yarmo said in his first press conference when he was asked about him, like he's ready. It could be this year, could be next year, but he's ready. So I really hope he proves it.
Jack,
I mean, if he's another
count your days.
If he's another Ostlund story for this year, I mean, you're adding so much to the team if Helenius shows up this year.
Yep. Another one of those prospects that people don't seem to like very much coming in to help the team. I'm just being salty because I got some flack for that Tuck tweet. Yeah, it's very cool to see Helenius finally getting his chance. Something that, I mean, when Kekalainen was brought in, I was fully prepared for this to be the development season, but then the team decided they wanted to be a contender. So it's nice to see him up now, amid all the wins. And, Norris has been great, obviously. Very responsible two-way player. But, I mean, this homestand, does he have a goal?
He hasn't had a goal on a goaltender since December 21st.
Yep. Remember when I said...
Or like the shootout?
Empty net?
I mean, I guess the shootout probably wouldn't count. Like the game winner, whatever game that was back in December. I mean, he's a good player. They are a better team when he is in the lineup. Like, we all acknowledge that.
He brings stability to the center spine.
He's not key to like these wins recently, Is Konsta Helenius going to replace that? No. Like they're going to be slightly worse. But I think that's it. I think they'll be slightly worse assuming everybody keeps doing what they're doing.
I think the lineup overall is just playing good enough to where you can lose someone and you might be okay.
Yeah.
It's that next man up mentality.
And they brought up someone that I think can help replace that production, which is nice. That they could have gone Rosen again. I mean, they shifted Ostlund over to center. We just had this conversation about him playing center. You could have just brought up a wing, but they're ready, man. They want to see what he's got. They know that there is some scoring to replace, and let's see what the kids got. Let's see.
Yeah.
The average age of this roster, man, just continues to go down every day.
He's got 30 points in 34 games this year in the AHL. Like 21 assists too. Like another playmaker, I guess you could say. We
another more
talked about endlessly how we don't have enough playmakers.
I mean, it's you can't replace Norris with Roseanne, but Helenius has a similar three-dimensional game to Norris that I'm excited to see if it translates, man. I've always thought of him as like William Nylander light. Just the way he kind of carries himself on
high
the ice.
Expectations there.
Well, I don't mean in terms of production. And even honestly, profile, he's a much better defensive player than him. But he's very nonchalant, and maybe some people will confuse with lackadaisical, but he's just a very cool, calm, and collected player. Would be another, I think, kind of a breath of fresh air for this team. Norris was one of those players. Very cool and calm with the puck.
And he is, looking at it right now, he has 14 power play points. Like, I wonder if he'll come in and help the power play. I mean, right now, Olsen's on the top power play unit instead of Norris, which I love.
It looks okay. It's their game production. I mean, maybe that's the other thing we probably should touch on this week. They got production from the power play finally.
Yes,
at least against Montreal. It did not have a good day against Minnesota. They've had some rough 5-on-3s. I didn't think it was too bad that day. Like, they had their chances. They were moving the puck pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It looked a little bit improved. That's all I would really like to see from them. So it was good. I mean, like I said, Oslin, breath of fresh air on that unit. It's just in terms of playmaking. And it was, it gave him a nice little jolt after getting a little stagnant. So that was cool.
Actually, I do have one point of contention with their 5-on-3. Why would they take Josh Stone off of it and put Jack Quinn out there instead?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
They did that earlier in the season. Remember
they did
that once. They took Doan off and threw Alex Tuck out there, which that one I guess makes a little bit more sense with maybe you want a body in front and Tuck can do that. But Jack Quinn, what are we doing here?
I mean, granted,
I'm not seeing the upgrade there.
Granted,
yeah, he was the best player that day.
Yes.
He had a great game. That was in the first period. You did not know he was going to have a great game.
Yes.
So, any other notes from this week of games? I mean, we're already going kind of long here, so I don't want to get too much into a subject. I mean, hey, we can't spend too much time. Much like the team, we are moving along. We have another 4 games this week. It's
a lot of names for JP to pronounce coming up.
Crazy condensed schedule. And as a fan, I enjoy it, but at the same time, I don't, because I don't really know what I'm going to get from this team. Sometimes. I mean, like I said, they have not turned in a bad performance in a while. Saturday was really looking like it, and they just found a way to claw back in. It's very cool. Very fun.
Can I say I think Kesselring had a solid night with the Wild? He got demolished by Marcus Foligno.
Picked the wrong guy.
I didn't think he did that bad. He lost the fight, but I didn't think it was
from watching it in person, it looked really bad. Maybe
he had a few. I don't know if he got any really solid licks, but there were a few points where Foligno had to
he got a
reset.
couple jabs in with his grab hand.
He had to Foligno had to reset, but he lost the fight. But Foligno's a monster, so it's props to Kesselring for doing that first game back. But let's leave it there, man. You've had a tough season with I respect it. Let's put that on the back burner. It was cool.
Also thinking that
it was a hype aura moment coming out of the box to actually do it.
Very cool.
But let's slow the roll on getting into scraps while your ankle is turning every which way, seemingly every other week.
And he got punched in the face.
And he got clipped. Dude, you are having a cursed season. Please don't try to fan the flame.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? Any other notes?
I got one. We got to make this nickname that maybe did you come up with it, Jonah? Or
I
Beck
came
Valentine?
up with him.
The Bullet.
The bullet.
I just think it's Beck the Bullet. I think it's so good. I mean, just flies around the ice. I mean, he's a bullet. Like
He does not use his edges to stop. He stops when he slams 20 miles an hour into the boards.
Yeah, the boards and the glass. Yeah. He's
Appert knew what he was
so much
doing
fun,
when he brought that guy onto the team.
I know
he's
nuts.
sick to watch.
I know
He's
he's
a
not
nut
very
job.
good, but god damn it, he is a joy to watch on a nightly basis.
Yes, he is.
So
The
much.
He's
Bullet.
just
He
your
is the type
common
of player
fourth line
like
guy.
if this team is what they are and they have like a playoff run and more in the future, he will be one of those people that in 20 years people are like, God, I love Beck. Like he was the best. He's the type of player you remember.
He'll be remembered like Patrick Coletta. Like
Sort of,
just
yeah.
someone who like hit. Like that's what he
Maybe,
did.
I mean, if he develops like the nasty left hook that Coletta had, maybe he'll make more of an imprint. But,
Southpaw
oh man, still, what was it? It was him and who? Dorsett.
and Columbus.
Yeah, God,
Yeah.
I go back to that fight every once in a while. Such a funny fight. But yeah, back the bullet, TM. Back the bullet, Valentine.
You heard it here first.
We're calling him the bullet from now on.
Yep.
All right. I think with that, can I also mention Owen Power? He's playing some friggin' great hockey right now, I think. Nearly
You
won the
haven't heard
game
his-
against Minnesota.
You haven't heard his name that much out there, which means he's
That's
doing
how
a great
you
job.
know. When Owen
He's
Power
doing
is
a good
not
job.
brought up in discussions and debates, that's how you know he's playing his best hockey. Smooth, quiet. Point production still isn't going to be there, or it still hasn't been there. But I think he's, him and Byram are doing well, and it's a 50-50 split. They're both playing great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Plus, actually, I think did they split them up? Wasn't Kesselring back with Power? Am I
Yeah, Power
misremembering?
is with Kessering. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But obviously another week. Yeah, I mean the power Byram pairing did not work at all last year, and it jived this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, Byram didn't work with anybody last year other than
no,
Marlene.
no,
He's
he
working
did not.
with everybody right now.
He's
Literally everybody.
He's the put him anywhere guy now.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. All right. Yeah, I think that's everything. Brought up Quinn. He had a great game Saturday. More of that. Samuelson still scoring. I think that's everything. Well, on that note, JP, weekly preview. Let's hear it.
All right. Week 16 of the season, officially 4 months in. Start of a 5-game road trip. We face Carolina, we face Nashville, Montreal, and the Islanders. Sabres at Carolina tomorrow, Monday at 1:30. This will be a TNT game. We didn't bring up the TNT stuff at all, actually.
Oh, you know what?
We could talk about
Actually,
that
well,
stuff.
me and JP were in the building that night. That's probably why
Yeah.
it's not in our minds. But it seems like they did a good job with it. I heard Biz did pretty well between the benches.
Yeah, I like the TNT broadcasts more than the ESPN broadcasts.
I do.
I think they're
too,
more. I think they're
Yeah.
more fun. They're a little more interactive. We've got more guys on the panel. I like it.
And Rob Ray giving him the paddle. That was pretty funny.
It was good. It was good fun. I know people were giving Biz a lot of. Or they were kind of giving the Sabres a lot of shit for giving like Biz kind of a platform when he's cracked some jokes over the years. But the paddle was a nice touch. I think that kind of brought it full circle, eating his crow a little bit.
Yeah, and what they put on the scoreboard was pretty funny.
That got a good
3
cheer.
goals per game.
That got a good pop out of the crowd. That was very funny.
3 goals.
Yeah.
2-time ECHL All-Star.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, this is another TNT game. Obviously, we said it earlier. It's officially 10 years since winning in Raleigh, so maybe this team will be different.
Carlo Koliakovo scored in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Absurd.
Yep. But it will be tough. because the Hurricanes are 30, 15, and 4. They are first in the Metro, and they are tied for first in the conference with Tampa. Playing some good hockey. They lost to Detroit in OT and lost to St. Louis, but then they won their last 2 games against Florida and New Jersey with a combined score of 13-2. So they definitely were not happy after that St. Louis loss and went kind of crazy. This is our final matchup against them this year, and we have split so far. So we'll see if we could take the season series. Both their special teams are pretty middling. 13th for power play, 17th for PK. Goaltender matchup, I'm going to say UPL probably versus Brandon Bussey or Frederick Anderson. Brandon Bussey, 17-3-1 this year. Like, he's having a crazy good year.
Bussey is the truth.
He's like 905, 2.25. He's 20th goal save above expected per money puck. But 17-3-1. I think that's towards the. I think it's like top 3 in the league in like winning percentage.
What, like Colorado goaltenders would only. That would be my guess. Those are the only 2 with higher.
Well, yeah. Well, for wins,
Maybe
winning percentage, I think he's up there.
Didn't the Smith have a ridiculous winning record? I think when the Sabres played him. I think maybe
might
him.
have.
That's it.
But it's surprising too. I mean, obviously, like Anderson has kind of been their guy. Like, he's been their starter for a few years now. He's having a rough season. Like, he's 7-10-3 and 869, 3.25, and he's 79th out of 89 goalies. So, I mean, Bussey just having that good of a year. Like, it's pretty crazy. 17-3-1. Injuries, William Carrier, Noah Philp, and Shane Gossipier are all day-to-day and could return against us. Charles Alexei Legault is month-to-month, and Pyotr Kochetkov, he's out for the season with a hip injury.
Kochetkov.
Kochetkov. He was like their third goalie this year. We talked about him on some of the other weekly previews, but he's out with a hip injury. I don't know how big of a hip injury that is. I mean, we know about UPL's history with hips, so that could be, kind of career altering.
Those both. Generally.
Well, that is true.
Well, I guess maybe that would theoretically keep Lukanen more well-balanced, right? Kochekov's going to be leaning to one side now.
It's not ridiculous.
That's definitely how that works.
Yeah. Aho, obviously a Sabres killer. He has 17 goals, 33 assists this year. He has a goal and assist this year against us, which brings him to 17 goals and 14 assists in 24 games. Seth Jarvis leads the team in goals with 21 and 36 points. Ehlers has 39 points, and Svechnikov has 40. And then Gossipier has, he leads their, I know I'm saying that one wrong.
Gostisbehere.
He has 32 points in 35 games and leads their defenseman.
He's been like incredible, weirdly.
Yeah.
Good player.
Actually,
he's
really
just been
good.
nuts.
It surprised me when I saw that.
Yeah.
Former Sabres, Taylor Hall has 11 goals, 14 assists. William Carrier, 5 goals, 5 assists. Mark Jankowski, 4 goals and 6 assists. And Eric Robinson, 10 goals and 5 assists. Olympic participants, they got Nikolai Ehlers for Denmark, Frederick Anderson for Denmark, Sebastian Aho for Finland, and Jacob Slavin for the U.S. Key of the game, let's try and win the season series and keep Aho pointless for 2 games in a row, which maybe has never happened against him.
Oh, wow.
Ever.
I was just about to say, if we have any gamblers listening, bet him anytime.
Yeah, he did not
Easy
have
play.
a point against us last game. Then the Sabres are at Nashville Tuesday, 8 p.m. This is the second half of a back-to-back, so another rest disadvantage game. The Predators are 23-21-4, 5th in the Central, 1 point out of a wild card spot, which I think is
It's
pretty.
the West. It doesn't
The
count.
West is a friggin' joke, man.
It is.
It's
but
not real.
I think it's pretty crazy to think for the Predators. I mean, they start out the season 6-12-4, and since then they're 17-9. So they're definitely playing better hockey. This week they beat Washington and Edmonton in OT and Colorado, and then they lost to Vegas. So
They did
they're playing
beat
better.
Colorado on home ice in regulation.
Yes.
They're the only team to do that.
they're playing better, which is pretty surprising. I mean, I still don't think this team is that talented, and their goaltending has not been good this year. UC Saros, who's still their main guy, he's tied for the most starts in the league. 19, 15, and 3. He has an 898. He's 68th in the league out of 89 for goal save above expected. And then Justice and Noonan is their backup. He's 461 and 876, and he's 78th in the league out of 89 on goal save above expected. So, like, if you were to think Nashville's playing good, you'd probably think, like, Saros is having a really good year. But really, it's not. So it's kind of weird. Their power play 17th, PK is 12th. Injuries, all they got is Adam Willsbury's day-to-day, should return this week, and Ozzy Weisblatt is week-to-week. Steven Stamkos, actually having a pretty good year. Leads their team in goals with 21 and has 33 points. He only had 27 goals last year, so he's definitely on pace to break that. Probably on pace for just under 40. Philip Forsberg has 18 goals and 18 assists. Luke Evangelista, one of the few players.
Evangelista.
Okay. Sure. One of the few players with good results on their team.
He says that like we're guessing. Hey, okay, yeah, sure, guys. Yeah, whatever you say.
He is 28 assists, 7 goals. Dave Bunting, he has 28 points. Good old Jonathan Marchessault, who's making $5.5 million for 3 more years, 10 points in 29 games, and is a minus 21.
Oh my God.
So yeah. And Roman Josi still doing his thing, 28 points in 36 games. And then if you go to former Sabres, obviously you got Ryan O'Reilly. He leads the team in points. He has 16 goals and 28 assists. And they also have Tyson Jost with 3 goals and 4 assists. So, I don't know. This team seems weird to me. They're definitely playing better. But it's like, they just got a lot of older players. Like, it's a weird team. Like, it made sense that they weren't good last year. Even though I picked them as a cup favorite. Or my cup prediction. But they're playing really good right now. So it's interesting to see. Their Olympic participants, Eric Halla for Finland, UC Saros for Finland, Philip Forsberg for Sweden, and Roman Josi for Switzerland. Key of the game, get shots on the net. Their goalies are not playing good. And in my opinion, I still think this is a team you should probably beat, but they have been playing some really good hockey. Then you got Sabres at Montreal. We faced Montreal last week. We face them next week. I'm not going to go as in-depth on them, but I'll still briefly go through them. 27, 15, and 7. Third in the Atlantic. We're same spot as we were last week with them. 4 points behind them with 2 games in hand. They beat Vancouver.
Good for nothing, man. Ottawa was up 5-3 with 4 minutes last night. They blew it and lost in overtime. Levi Merlinen let in 6 goals on 17 shots. Absurd.
6-7.
Or I guess maybe it was less. I mean, maybe that was what the broadcast had. Obviously, Sanderson says he's got to make more than 10 saves. Just a good-for-nothing team.
Yeah. That's the Atlantic this year. They beat Vancouver, lost to Washington in OT. Lost to us 5-3, and then beat Ottawa in OT, which Jonah just discussed. They do play Minnesota before us. Their power play is 7th. It was 10th last week. It's been on kind of a heater. I wrote it down. Since our game, including it, they are at a 50% success rate. So these last 4 games, it's very good. Nick Suzuki, like for example, has 5 power play points in the last 4 games. So definitely, the key of the game is to stay out of the box because their power play is playing very good, and they scored against us too. PK's 21st goaltender matchup. This one, they have 3 goalies right now. We discussed that last week. Don't know who they'll play.
Probably not going to see Fowler again.
Yeah, Fowler played against us and saved 22 of 26.
I just see Montembeau.
He wasn't horrible, but he wasn't great.
Yeah. Dobes played 1 game last week, saved 20 of 23 and 1. And then Montembeau played twice this last week, had a win and a loss, and saved 68 of 76. So honestly, like, I don't think any 3 of them are really taking charge right now. So I don't know who we'll see, but Montempo did play 2 last week. Injuries, Kirby Doc is still day-to-day. Should return at end of January now, so we probably won't see him maybe in the next game. Line A still week-to-week, and Alex Newhook is month-to-month. This past week, Nick Suzuki had 5 assists and 1 goal, total 54 points for a season. 5 of these points were on the power play this week, and he's 27. Half of his points are on the power play this year. Caulfield still leads the team with goals with 24, and he had 3 this week. He did have 1 against us. Lane Hudson had 6 assists this past week and is now up to 42. Demidov had 5 points this last week. Slavkovsky had 5 points this last week. So they, numbers-wise, they all had pretty good weeks for all of their big guys. No former Sabres, and once again, their Olympic participants are Suzuki, Kapanen, Texier, and Slavkovsky. And I'll keep the game, stay out of the box. And then the Sabres are at the Islanders Saturday at 1 p.m. So another kind of short rest kind of game. The Islanders are 26, 17, and 5, second in the Metro. We are tied with them in points, but they're second in the division, where we're, not in a division spot. We did beat them in a shootout the Saturday before Christmas. They lost to Winnipeg, beat Edmonton, and lost to Calgary last week. They do play Vancouver and Seattle before us. So they do play Seattle on Wednesday. So they do have an extra day of rest compared to us. So another rest disadvantage game. Their power play is 29th in the league at a 15.6% rate, and their PK is 8th in the league. Goaltender matchup. I think this might be the game that Lion gets in. Could also be the game on Thursday. And this could be Sorokin or Rittich. Once again, they are playing incredible. Probably one of the best in the league of goaltender duos.
Best tandem in the league by far. Yeah,
it's definitely them, and then obviously Wild are up there too. Like those two.
Yeah.
Those two are the top. Sorokin's 15-11-2, 9-15, 247. And now for Money Puck, he is first in the league in goal save above expected. Logan Thompson was originally first. I think he must have had like a bad week, but Sorokin is now at the top. And then David Rittich, 11-6-3, 906, 2.49, and he's 9th in the league. So 2 guys in the top 10. Injuries, Bo Horvat is day-to-day, but should return this week. Semyon Varlamov is week-to-week. Romanov likely out for the rest of the season. And once again, Pierre Engvall and Kyle Palmieri are both out for this season. Palmieri. Barzal, 27 assists and 38 points. Horvat has 21 goals and 27 assists in 36 games. That seems a little high. That might be wrong. Regardless, Matthew Schaefer has 13 goals and 19 assists in 34 games. And he's still the current favorite for the Rookie of the Year. Their only Olympic participant is Bo Horvat. I think Matthew Schaefer may have gotten snubbed, but he is a rookie. The key of the game, their goaltenders are playing great. Just keep the puck out of our own net. It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
So, to conclude it all, we are at Carolina tomorrow, Monday at 1:30 on TNT. Sabres at Nashville Tuesday at 8. Sabres at Montreal Thursday at 7. And Sabres at Islanders Saturday at 1. Once again, 2-1-1. Let's try to go 2-1-1. Let's just beat Montreal.
Win tomorrow.
Win
tomorrow.
That's
nope,
true.
Win tomorrow.
Carolina.
One
Montreal.
game, win tomorrow.
Yeah, Carolina, Montreal, the ones I want to get wins against.
Beat them tomorrow, please. Win.
If they beat them, something's really going on.
This team is, oh, man.
Yeah.
I'll have some things to say.
Win the season series against them.
We will be watching the game at work tomorrow.
You will be.
Just going to send this to your boss really quick. All right. I think that's everything. Tough 24 by the time you're finished. Oh, JP.
I got one thing. We didn't mention this last week. Some people say this to us. We did not rate the concessions. Once again, an A+ season. Just
That's
incredible. A+ season. Still doing incredible. I would give them an A+++. But I mean, the obviously the Sabre beer. What I'm drawing a blank right now.
Sabre.
Jesus Christ. Beer Sabre.
I've talked a lot in these last 10 minutes.
The beer Sabre, they ran out of inventory.
The distribution. That's my only
I
critique.
thought you were going to say sesame seeds, to be honest.
I mean, that's just a given. There's a new thing actually. There's like a what was it? I think it was some sort of plastic like sabers, like the
It's like a
arenas
puck.
on the. Yeah, it's like there's a puck. We saw that. But there's another thing too. So they just keep coming out with new shit. Like keep cooking, keep going. Like A+. They're the highest grade of the season of anybody.
And anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole,
It's
I
gotta
got a
be.
whole segment on this, so this stuff. So
Did you try anything new at the arena this week? I guess I didn't really ask about that.
Oh, that's a good question.
I did not.
Damn it. All right.
I did not.
Folks, we'll see you next
I did stop by the Crossbar though. Saw a good friend Chuck Alf working the bar. Shout out, good man. But did I try anything at the? No, yeah, I had tendies. I had tendies at the Florida game, and then I didn't have any food on. The game. God, all the days are blending. Yesterday. I guess technically now it's going to be 2 days ago and 30 seconds, but yeah, I didn't eat anything. We got food on the way home because the Bills were playing, but maybe I should have gotten something.
Today or yesterday when I was at the game, I think I forgot about the Tage Thompson for a while now. I still need to try it. I saw someone walk around with it. I was like, shit, like I still haven't tried
We
that.
do.
So
Try the
we
Big
do.
Palm
I
Thompson.
still have to do that.
We got to
Next
get
game we go
gotta
to,
get to
we
a
have to
game
do it.
this season.
Yeah,
That too.
And the three of us will split one.
Yes.
I'd be down.
And then people can come say hi.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Take the fourth piece of our Tage Palm Thompson.
Yeah. First fan to meet us they get a cut of it for free.
Yeah, they get to
I don't
slice
know.
the pie.
I don't know if I want to be giving that away. I might have half of that. I'm
All right.
pretty excited for this.
All right, big bag.
Another week of Sabres hockey. Another stacked week. Another big one. Big Eastern Conference matchups. Hopefully it fares well, man. Like this team, they're good. If there's any, if there's any primarily Bills fans that have been reluctant to hop on, just from getting burned in past year. Maybe you're a Sabres fan that's just been burned so many times. I don't know if they're gonna make it. I feel good about them making it, but they're good. You will enjoy watching them. And if for any Bills fans, welcome aboard. Hopefully it's a fun ride. They are fun. And hopefully it is different this time. And the rough 48 hours, we mourn with you. That was, goes without saying, if you listen to the opening, was tough. And we share that heartbreak. And the only thing I can hope for is that someday I will have that heartbreak about this team. And hopefully relatively soon.
If the Sabres do not break the drought this year, it might break me mentally.
It would be a disappointment now. Isn't that
Yeah, it
crazy to
would.
say? It would be a disappointment if they didn't make the playoffs.
Like, let's say our season ended in a similar fashion, like the Hudson fashion stuff. Like, if that happened this year, that would truly break me. So, let's just make it so it doesn't happen.
Let's do it.
We could get swept in the playoffs. Don't care. Let's just please make the playoffs for now. Just break the drought.
So on that note, until next time, we will talk to you guys next week. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at the Sabre Report. Also on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook at the Sabre Report. If you listen to this on YouTube, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you want updates for the pod, you can follow us at Sabre Report Pod. Go give our friends over at the Buffalo Sports Talk podcast a listen. They will need your love. They will need your love and support during this tough time. They will have plenty to say about that one. a lot of anger, a lot of breakdowns, a lot of talk about the offseason ahead. And I know from experience, this is the time of year they begin to cook, because after this draft season pretty soon, and they always go all out on that stuff. So
they're already talking about the offseason.
Yep.
Max is already cooking up mock drafts, so they are ready for the off. Well, they're not. They didn't want it to happen, but they are always ready for it when it comes.
So go give them a listen. They do great stuff. On that final note, take care. Thank you for listening again. And as always, go Sabres.
Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.